welcome to this Monday edition of Journey to the Cross, bringing you these special Holy Week devotions to help gear your mind up for Easter that is quickly approaching. Now, this day during Holy Week, Jesus would cleanse the temple. You know, Jesus was passionate about church. He was passionate about people being able to go and to worship. On Monday of Holy Week, this week leading up to Easter, Jesus made a visit to the temple, and yet he got upset with what he witnessed. In Matthew 21, I like to read 2 verses. It says that, "Then Jesus went into the temple of God and drove out all those who bought and sold in the temple, and overturned the tables of the money changers and the seats of those who sold doves. And he said to them, 'It is written, my house shall be called a house of prayer, but you have made it a den of thieves.'" Passover celebration was taking place during this time, and many Jewish travelers from all over had come into town to offer sacrifices for their sins unto God. But many of them didn't bring an animal. Maybe they couldn't travel with one or just didn't have one. So as a means of convenience for these travelers, the temple offered animals for sale to be used for sacrifices. Now these have already been pre-approved for sacrificing. So even if you brought your own animal and the priest inspected it and for some reason it was unworthy to be sacrificed, you could go over to the booth and you could purchase you an animal to be used. But the priest and the animal vendors, well, they were in cahoots. They were working together to make a nice profit. But if that wasn't bad enough, all of these booths were taking up a valuable space, valuable area there in the temple. It was believed that it was taking up room in what was called the court of the Gentiles. This is for where people that were non-Jewish by birth could go in the temple and could worship. See, this was keeping people from being able to worship. It was keeping people out and away. So what does this speak to us today? First off, I want to say something to you ministers, Sunday school teachers, youth leaders, anybody, if you're doing something for the Lord, working in the church, it should speak to you first and foremost. Don't take advantage of those that God has placed under your care. Give them your best. Study, pray. Work as hard as you can for them. And second, what it speaks to me is that the Lord wants everyone to come to Him and to worship. No matter where you are in life and no matter what you've done, He wants you. You may think that you can't, but He knows you can. Just as they brought their best to give to the Lord back then, today I want to encourage you to give your best to the Lord. Give all of yourself. You see, a sacrifice back then, it didn't require part of the animal. It required all of the animal. So today, give all of yourself in worship to the Lord. Join us tomorrow as we continue our journey to the cross.